Good. Hey, baby. Hey, darling. How are you?
How are you?
Nice to see you.
How you doing?
Great, thank you. How about you?
I'm good, not bad.
What's going on? Look at this space. Does the song have a purpose for you?
Yeah, I mean, my purpose is that it serves somebody else. So much of my writing, I know it's for me to just process my thoughts and stay focused. It's meditative, you know? Yeah. But if I get to the point of releasing something, it's because I think what I discovered and have learned and have written is going to be of value to someone and serve them. And I've found throughout my life that that's the one thing I know I can do in this world. And I've had enough people come to me and say that I helped them. So I spent last year at this time, this room, piano, vocal. I did everything here or right there.
You can't feel this, but it's beautifully cold in here.
Isn't it?
The temperature is incredible in here.
Yes, it's refreshing. The lack of light, hollow sea, poison beaches, limousines, toothless dentists, cops that kill. My baby's got the lonesome lows, don't quite go away overnight. Dr. Blind, just prescribe the blue ones. If the dizzying highs don't subside overnight, Dr. Blind, just prescribe the red ones. Hard to hold, cold to touch, fall to pieces, treat the rush in hindsight with prime time talk. All your pain will end here. Let the doctor soothe your brain, dear. My baby's got the lonesome lows, don't quite go away overnight. Dr. Blind, just prescribe the blue ones. If the dizzying highs don't subside overnight, Dr. Blind, just prescribe the red ones. to the way I was when we met. Every time a little less. I'm not like before, hey. When you go to London next, remember the way I was, caught up in a useless test that nobody grades, so I never got what I thought I deserved. Girl, you got a wounded look. Give it a rest. Lay your weapon down beside my bed. Isn't it behind you yet? It's not like before, hey. All abandoned hopes I have, with a best case escape plan. I remember your descent, and the only way to land is to crash and burn. What we do, it is grotesque. The pleasure we get, filling up a poison well of revenge. Every time I wear this dress, I'm back to the way I was when we met. Every time a little less. I'm not like before, hey. That's what we all say. That's what we all say. I remember your descent, and the only way to land is to crash and burn. Why, thank you. It's as hot as Ted's Wrecking Yard in here.
OG Toronto reference.
With a feather in your cap, another jewel in your crown. Start it again. So many notes, you know? Right, kid? You feeling me? It's also because Statuette has this like super like sexy samba beat, and it's pretty sexy in here right now. And I just kind of feel like I'm sorry for being morose. And they're also weird shapes of chords, like this one. I love that. I could just do that for days. But then, like in life, you have to move on. It sucks. And then I gotta go here, which is like a weird shape. Also nice. And then this. Love that. And then we get to resolve. You're the captain of the helm, a statuette on your shelf. Says you're better than me. Better than me. With all the coal and the core, all the water and the oil, you can buy any girl in the world. With the soil that you borrow and the moral you deny, you can buy the eyes of the world. With all the coal and the core, all the water and the oil, you can buy any girl in the world. With the soil that you borrow and the moral you deny, you can buy the eyes of the world. Better than me. Better than me. Like oil in the ocean, I couldn't keep to myself. Your father was a merchant, and I'm a salesman myself. See what we have in common is so easy to find. We're wound around each other like wires and vines. Wires and vines. Build a shrine to fast goodbyes, and we played Sweet Adeline. Who should you apologize to? What is there to say? Build a shrine to fast goodbyes, and we played Sweet Adeline. There's nothing more to apologize for. What is there to say? With all the coal in the core, all the water and the oil, you can buy any girl in the world. With the soil that you borrow and the moral you deny, you can buy the eyes of the world. With all the coal in the core, all the water and the oil, you can buy any girl in the world. With the soil that you borrow and the moral you deny, you can buy the eyes of the world.
Emily Haines.
Harry over here.
Especially when you end, and you're so good at that. You end with these words, and the music sort of fades, and you're sending a message. Where'd that one come from? That song, and the last three songs. Where was your head when you were putting them together?
All right, so we started with Dr. Blind, which was a really weird idea because it totally tripped me out.
What do you mean?
When I was putting together the set. Just because it's so weird with songs like you know it as listeners, like the song lives in the time when you first heard it, but it also, what is it? What is that? Like, it's one thing for someone to play it and we can listen to the old audio, but for me to go back into Dr. Blind, I'm like in LA, it's 11 years ago, like...
You don't really separate yourself from your songs, right?
No, I guess that's the weird thing, right? Is I guess I live them. I think I live in them, actually.
Is that a nice neighborhood?
It depends on the song. But yeah, that one's just like so loaded with memory and also writing it and yeah. But so, and then what did I play after that? I played Wounded, which is obviously from the new record. And then this was Statuette. Yes.
The memory comes up a lot of late, right? Mm-hmm. Memory is an important part of who you are and how we experience things. All humans, memory is our thing. Mm-hmm. What have you learned about that exploration?
Well, that it's a minefield of memory. Coming back to Toronto, I used to feel when I came home that it was like I'm haunted by certain corners, you know, that feeling where you're like, but that's the bench where that went down, and now why am I looking at that bench? And that my life was supposed to take me in this like trajectory. I mean, we're taught that, right? Like and then you float away and then you're in heaven and you're like famous in heaven and it's the best. Like that's just supposed to be what happens with your life. So I wanted to come back. Our studio's here, all my favorite people are here, but I used to always battle that of like, oh man, that bench. And now I feel like by being in the place where I grew up, I have access to all those memories. It's more like rings in a tree or something, you know? It's like, and now it's all layering on top of it. So it gets heavy. And I'm still young. I mean, what's going to happen when I'm 80?
Well, may you live to 160.
May I please? Thank you.
The thing about memories are that as time goes on, your experiences change and memories warp and can warp. And you can assign more or less value to those things. Have you gone through that?
Well, sure, and that's what's weird about songs. And where, like, in a way, I want to apologize for not, like, perfectly playing you guys a song, but it's like, it's more important to me to embody the emotion. And I'm literally, like, my mind is taken by my heart, and my hands are, like, that's my purpose as a musician, is to try to keep them catching up with my heart, but not the other way around. Well, nobody needs to watch. Like, that was really precise.
Yeah. Well, luckily for you, the expectation here on the show is that it's more about feeling. If we wanted just the songs, we could.
Well, and it's exciting too, because like in classic form, I didn't really grasp that this was actually my first show for you. With like, this is it. So I really appreciate you guys being here, and I guess this is my first show.
And and it's. I'm sure it's not weird at all that they're sitting 4 feet away from you.
Not at all, no. No, and the like whole like Brazil without air conditioning vibe, I'm into it. I like it. I just think let's all be hot. I'm afraid what will happen to me if I take off this hoodie because it's giving me all my strength.
Listen, if it was
such as it is,
if you were chilly here, you wouldn't be as relaxed.
You know what? That's true. That's true. If we have to choose warm or cold, let's choose warm.
Let's
right.
Be hot. What are you gonna play next?
All right. Maybe I'll just play it and see who recognizes it. Bros before hoes disagree on the sidelines. Fight for a fee. The man needs a maid. The maid needs a maid. For hoes is a rule, read the guidelines. You trouble me, your breasts heave when you sing. Your mouth should be working for me for free. Sewing up the fold, 'cause I've been laid up. Would you put on the fire for me? Draw the bath and remind me to eat. You won't need a real job. You won't need a real job, because I would love to pay for you. You could be a good wife to me. I would love to pay for you. You are the maid for me.
Choir of the mind could be a nice way to say voices in my head.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm curious, and I'm actually going to do a survey throughout this project. Like, this year, making this record, this is an art project for me. I get to work with Justin. He's here. What's up?
Okay.
Justin Broadbent's a visual artist, Toronto kid like me, and we're just, like, making this thing. And all the videos and the photos and everything are all connected in a sort of narrative way. And I'm going to be back in Metric in 2 seconds. This is not a, like, she went away. Like, they're my best friends. Right. I love them. And obviously, Jimmy was part of this record. Jimmy mixed the record, played stuff, and yeah. Jimmy's all good. But yeah, I really want to find out on this journey, you know, when we go on tour, how many other people know what I'm talking about. And I'm not talking about, like, a feeling of mental illness. I'm talking about, like, everything I want to do is a battle against the voice in my head telling me that I can't do it. Like, every song that I play and everything I try to create is to both challenge myself to reach that expectation and also to test whether I'm able to, which mostly I'm not.
What do you think that comes from? That
I don't know. I mean, do other people have that? Or is it just like, well, you do? I looked at the one girl that I'm like, we talked about this in an alleyway. I remember that, yeah. But so I'm just curious if it's possible to rein it in. Like, do I have to feel like my biggest challenge as a musician is not my ability on my instrument or my proficiency as a writer, but the fact that the whole time that I'm playing, it's like there's a weight on my head being like, you suck, you suck, you suck, you suck, you suck. Like,
that's a heavy weight.
Imagine if look what I've done with that.
Yeah.
It could be cool.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, and the obvious analysis of it would suggest it is much easier to avoid that in a collective as opposed to when you're in a solo situation.
Sure.
Is that the case for you? So
Yeah. No, this is ridiculously hard and ridiculous. I don't know why.
Why do you do this to yourself?
Yeah, no idea. Like, and I make it hard. Like, it's hard. You're welcome. Well, and to be fair, actually, that is a bit, like, it's out of respect for the listener. Like we talked about earlier, it's like, I'm not putting stuff out just to put it out. Like, if I put it out, I feel like it's going to help something somehow. I don't know. Right.
What are you going to play next?
Oh, well,
I love it.
I would like to do a cover, actually.
I would love that.
There is a new record out that I'm so in love with. Should I say what it is, or should I just start playing it?
You do whatever you want. It's your show. Well, it's a brand new record.
It's a brand new record. Okay, so it's like, no, I think I should say it, because Jimmy and I have this ongoing shared theory that if you're going to cover something, you really need to make it your own, as opposed to, like, I mean, karaoke's fun too, but just, you know what I mean? So this record, talk about somebody's music meaning something to you. LCD Soundsystem, who were, like, super cool to us at Way Home, by the way. Like, we played that same stage. And they made us a little spot on stage. It was basically like the happiest day of my life. And we had a great show, and then we played. Yeah, it was a great day, right? But so this record, American Dream, I just think it's exactly what I need it. So I'm going to do the title track. It's really funny because I was working away on it like my rendition, and then I came out and there's the billboards everywhere, like on like my convenience store. It's like American Dream. I'm like, I'm doing that in there right now. So, and we even have a beat. So I'm just gonna get focused. Whew.
Shebang, shebang, it's a drive.
see, you got a lot of friends here. I see Charles Spearin's here. Beaches are here.
man.
Beach is here. What does...
You're here, honey. What up, kid?
Talk about friendship and mentorship and loyalty and how that's evolved.
You want the what? Maybe you have to get a little bit bigger. And then the proportion will work out. Is this on? One, two, one, two. Friendship, loyalty.
Mentorship.
Mentorship.
And how this...
Okay, well, actually, it's cool the Beaches are here. Thanks, ladies, for coming. Produced my first record this year. We did that in January, right? Yeah. Which was a very cool moment because there was this whole conversation happening about this great band that was kind of mired in LA and coming back to Toronto, and the whole conversation about male producers. Juno's so male. And so Jimmy was like, Emily should do it. And totally put my name in the ring. Right. And then fully, Jimmy and I did it together. But he really encouraged me and was like, you can do this and you can offer something to them that I can't. And we worked as a team and made, I think, a beautiful record. So that was a moment of mentorship.
Do you enjoy that experience?
I did with them. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I just got lucky the first time around. But I think the weird thing about mentorship is like, don't anybody be under the illusion that I know what I'm doing or like am any kind of role model like for anything other than whatever the hell that was. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't feel like I have things to help other than the songs, you know.
And friendship. And
friendship, yeah.
Because you mentioned you'd be metric 2 seconds, but it's not just you saying it. This is a thing. It's
crazy. Like you go to Brooklyn on a Greyhound bus in 1998 and you end up with like a life with these people. It's astounding. You know, that's where we met Josh and Jules a million years ago. And I mean, Jimmy and I now at this point, it's just like, it's on. Yeah. Like somebody's got to die. We're in. But the reason I'm having such a good time with this record is because I'm doing it collaboratively. Like solo stuff is a drag. I don't want to be alone. That's why I have so many friends. You know what I mean? And being in a band. So with like Justin and I doing all the work together, making cinematic videos, making everything make sense instead of like, I mean, we all feel it. We're either creating content constantly or consuming it constantly. So I don't want to make content. I want to make art. So
one more.
That looks exactly like content.
One more piece of art.
Well, so I'm a little bit tempted. You know, it's not the aggro old days, but I'm a bit tempted to say for the last song that we should all stand up. Because I'm going to be like right here. And it's, do you know what I mean? Yeah. This is cool, right? Awesome.
We're done popping.
So this is the last song. I have this book in my hands that inspired a lot. The album is called Choir of the Mind, as we said. But so at the end, I needed this spoken part, and I found it in this book. And I, like every chance I get, want to make sure everyone realizes I did not write this because it's so cool and inspiring and crazy, looking at like feminine light force, million impulsed power of joy. So I thought I would just try jamming it with you guys with tracks. So I felt like I was supposed to tell you something else, but other than that, cool. Let's just hold on. How should I hold the book? All right, I think it's one of those. I don't need it till the end. Okay, I'm good. Dangerous. All right. So, you know, feel free to move around. The center is maybe not me. The center is maybe the center. You are the core of your core. Let's make sure it's loud enough. And are we ready? Should we roll it? Let's roll it. Is that loud enough? A little louder? It's okay? Cool.
If I could go back, if I could reach that feeling again, never sad how hard she tries. You up? Advance, retreat, accept defeat so softly. Shrink inside to see through your camera's eyes. The greatness she has dreamed her acts have missed. Her labor, a passion and a pain, a rapture and a pang, her glory and her curse.
The greatness she has dreamed her acts have missed.
And yet she cannot choose but labors on. Her mighty heart forbids her to desist. For as long as the world lasts, her failure lives. Astonishing and foiling reason's gaze, a folly and a beauty unspeakable, a superb madness of the will to live. A superb madness of the will to live.
A superb madness of the will to live.
This is her being's law, its sole resource. Satisfaction never comes. Her hungry will to lavish everywhere, her many-imaged fictions of the self, and thousand fashions of one reality, one reality. Escape from the moment's prison of littleness.
She shuts eternity into an hour.
Almost. She nears what can never be attained. She shuts eternity into an hour. She serves no aim, but labors driven by a nameless will, her secret and impossible task. She serves no aim, but labors driven by a nameless will. She follows her sublime, irrational plan, invents devices of her magic art. But even now herself, she knows not what she's done. For all is wrought beneath a baffling mask, a semblance other than its hidden truth. The unfinished creation of a changing soul in a body changing with the inhabitant. The unfinished creation of a changing soul.
The unfinished creation of a changing soul.
In a body changing with the inhabitant.
Think about that. Changing with the inhabitant.
Insignificant her means, infinite her work. On a great field of shapeless consciousness, a strange enthusiasm has moved her heart. She hungers for heights, passions for the supreme, hunts for the perfect word, the perfect shape, leaps to the summit light.
Summit light, summit light, summit light.
And woos his large-eyed wandering thoughts to dwell in figures of her million impulsed force. Woos to dwell in figures of her million impulsed force. Yeah.